Hello, sophomores and families. I am so glad that you are watching this sophomore fall planning webcast for the class of 2021. We appreciate you watching this video. I know that many times in the fall that family schedules and activities and calendars can get very full, and it makes it difficult to coordinate an evening meeting. So we are doing this video that will make it more convenient for our families to watch and get the important information as they begin 10th grade. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Mallory Everett. I am the Director of Guidance and Enrollment Services at SCA, and I oversee our high school guidance department. Our mission as the guidance department is to really help our students grow and enhance their experience as they're reaching toward academic excellence, thinking about the future, making wise decisions, seeking God's will for their life, developing friendships, and also building that biblical worldview that's based on God's word. And that is our mission. We really want to support our students and families as they're going throughout the high school journey. So in 10th grade, we typically see that 10th grade gets a little bit of a bad reputation because of its lack of milestones or quote-unquote excitement. It's not new anymore. Freshman year is over and all the newness of all the new experiences is gone, but they're not at the end where they're graduating as seniors. They're kind of stuck somewhere in the middle. So sometimes we see this sophomore slump. We obviously don't want that to happen. We want our students to continue to set trends for building good study habits, establish a solid and firm GPA. As a student, you cannot afford a sophomore slump. It makes it so difficult to come back later on junior and senior year and make up for any past mistakes. So we want our students to continue working hard and establishing strong academic skills and a GPA. 10th grade, one of the great things about 10th grade is that our students are able to join the National Honor Society. This is available for students in 10th through 12th grade. They can be inducted in April of each year. And the criteria set forth for National Honor Society is they must be an example of academic excellence. We set that as a 3.65 or higher cumulative weighted GPA, and that student must be carrying at least 2 honors courses or honors and AP courses in their academic load. They must have strong moral character as defined by no suspensions or referrals on their discipline record. And they must have at least 20 hours of community service documented in the guidance office by February of 10th grade. Once they meet those 3 pieces of criteria, they can complete the NHS application. This will be given to all students who are qualified, who have met those 3 pieces of criteria. That will be given to the student to complete, and we're stressing that students complete this. It is a student responsibility as it is a character and service organization, and we're relying upon their personal responsibility to make sure that the application is completed. Once the application is returned, it will go through a teacher and administrator evaluation process. And then in March, we will be doing a NHS tapping, which notifies the students that they will be inducted later on in the spring. We have a formal induction ceremony for all of our families to join to celebrate this entry into National Honor Society. So keep your eyes on your email as more details will come out after Christmas time about National Honor Society. Also in 10th grade, we want to encourage families to begin having conversations with their student about where the student may see themselves in the next 5 to 10 years. We want you guys to be praying together as a family, thinking about what God has laid out for you and how you can achieve those goals. Take some trips to explore colleges. It's never too early to start. Think about on your family vacations as you're traveling, are there any colleges or universities that you'd like to visit? See if you could make a quick side trip to tour those schools and expose students to different colleges and universities. That way they can begin building on what they view as important for them in the college experience. So it's a great opportunity in sophomore year to start looking at those options for college for them. Community service is also very important. We want our students to continue building and working towards 100 hours of community service. It's not required for graduation, but it is required for the Florida Bright Futures Scholarship, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. Remember, it's not just about quantity, it's also about quality. We want our students to complete community service that's in direct service to a social need, and we want you to document, document, document. Don't forget to use the SCA Community Service Log. It's located on the guidance section of the SCA website. You can download that and fill out your log, and you can turn it in to the guidance office at any time during the high school years. You don't have to hold on to them until the very end. You can keep turning in multiple logs. That's perfectly fine. Mrs. Davis, the high school administrative assistant that sits in front of the guidance office, she'll be more than happy to take those and make sure they get logged for you throughout your high school experience. As I was mentioning before, the Florida Bright Future Scholarship is a great scholarship for many of our students. It is available to students who graduate from Florida high schools and attend Florida colleges or universities. It is funded through the Florida Lottery Program. The first level of the scholarship is called the Florida Medallion Scholars. It pays by the credit hour. It pays $77 a credit hour at the state universities and $63 a credit hour at the community college. In order for students to earn this, they must have a 3.0 weighted GPA by the time they graduate, and their 16 core academic classes. And those 16 core academic classes are SCA graduation requirements, so they are earning those currently. All students will have those by the time they graduate. They must have 75 hours of community service, an 1170 on the SAT, or a 26 on the ACT. It's an either or. They don't have to do both. And Bright Futures does accept mixed test scores, which allows students to take the best subsection from their tests to combine them together to make the best super score. So even though they may have got a better score on their reading section on the first time they took the SAT and got a better score on their math section the second time they took the SAT, they can take those two separate sections and combine them together to give them their highest super score. So that's a great option for them. Florida Academic Scholars pays 100% tuition at the Florida universities and community colleges, and those are state-funded colleges and universities, and they pay $300 towards books. Students must have a 3.5 weighted GPA in their 16 core academic classes with 100 hours of community service, a 1290 on the SAT, or a 29 on the ACT. And again, they accept mixed test scores there. The 16 core academic classes, as I mentioned before, these are the academic requirements: 4 English, 4 math, 3 science, 3 social science, and 2 consecutive years of a foreign language. Those are SCA graduation requirements, and all of our students are required to earn those by the time they graduate. So they're meeting their Bright Futures requirements and their graduation requirements at the same time. College entrance exams, those SATs that I was just talking about with Bright Futures, all of our 10th graders will take the PSAT, which is a practice SAT, on October 10th here at school at 7:50 a.m. It is very, very important that all of our students are present at school on the 10th on time, as they will be taking the PSAT first thing. All freshmen, sophomores, and juniors will do it. It provides great practice for the SAT and also the National Merit Scholars Qualifying Test that they will take junior year. Colleges do not see these scores, so we don't want to overstress about them, but we don't want to understress as well. We want to take it very seriously because it's excellent practice for the SAT, and it gives you a realistic perspective on how your students are going to be performing on the SAT. It gives them access to Khan Academy, which allows them personalized practice with their PSAT scores. The PSAT can import their scores into Khan Academy, and it'll provide a personalized course of study for the students as they prepare to take the SAT later on in their junior and senior year. A lot of parents will ask me, how do you prepare for college, start preparing for college in 10th grade? One of the best ways, I say, is read. We know that reading is directly related to increased test scores on the SAT and ACT and also college success. We want our students to also take the most rigorous score schedule available to them that's reasonable within their family and also their social setting and all the other activities that they have going on. So we want to see our students continue to challenge themselves and increase their academic stamina in preparation for college. Continue participating in extracurricular activities, take advantage of leadership opportunities at school and outside in the community, at church or in other service organizations, travel, and also participate in summer programs. We know that brain drain happens during the summer, and we want our students to take part in activities and programs that keeps their brain stimulated, so when they return to school in the fall of every year, they are ready to take their academic learning to the next level. Building your college resume is so important. A college resume is very similar to a job resume. It lists many of their high school activities and awards. It's a great tool for college visits and scholarships. It showcases the students' talents and abilities. Many students will also include them in scholarship applications and college applications. If you need help building your college resume, come see me, but I have templates of these college resumes available on the guidance section of the SCA website. You can use those as your guide, as a format, as a tool. I am happy to help proof and make suggestions, but I would encourage you to go ahead and start building that now so you're not scrambling at senior year trying to build this and remember everything that you took or did in sophomore and freshman year. So utilize those samples that I have posted on the SCA guidance website. Another thing that I wanted to share with all of our sophomores, as this is brand new this year, this is our semester exam exemptions. This was not available last year, and we are offering it this year. 9th and 10th graders during the fall and spring exams can exempt up to 2 exams if they have 6 or fewer absences in that class. That's excused and unexcused. We know that student attendance is directly related to students' academic success. So we are incentivizing our students to make sure that they're in school as much as possible. Now we know sickness happens and unforeseen circumstances happen, and that's why we've built in those 6 absences for the semester. Once the exam time starts approaching, we will email out to our students an exam exemption form. They will need to fill this out and indicate the exams they wish to exempt. It will require a parent signature, so parents and students talk about that together. You will turn that into the high school office, and right before exams, we will send email notifications notifying those students who have been approved for exemptions on certain exams. So it's a great way to incentivize our students to work hard during the school year, but also encourage them to continue to keep their grades high and their attendance in check so that they can exempt exams later on in the year. So our goals for sophomore year is to help our students to grow spiritually, earn good grades, build their strong GPA, become involved in extracurriculars, and also start exploring the future. Follow that sophomore year timeline. We have that posted on the guidance section of our SCA website. That helps you make sure that you're following all of the little tips and tricks for success in your sophomore year. And lastly, I just want to provide some resources for you on the SCA guidance website. That's going to be your best friend because it's going to have everything that I've sent out throughout the year all logged and archived for you. I have posted our sophomore timeline, the SCA College Admissions Handbook, and that gives you an overview of the college process. And if you want to start thinking ahead and planning and preparing, you can do that using the SCA Admissions Handbook. And then in the spring, I will be holding optional sophomore meetings with me. In January, you'll have an email come out from me that will show an opportunity to sign up for a meeting, and we will talk about college planning, PSAT scores, just personalized guidance for each student. Again, that's optional. It's not required for all sophomores, but we encourage them to do that. Parents are always welcome, but it is not required that they attend. So just, again, keep your eye on your email so you know exactly when those times come available so you can do that sophomore guidance planning. And lastly, I just hope that you all have a great year. I hope you had a strong start to your sophomore year. Feel free, if you have any specific questions after watching this video, you can feel free to reach out to me by email. My email address is posted there, and I'd be happy to answer any other questions that you may have. But again, we will have opportunities to sit down one-on-one together after Christmas time for your sophomore planning. So keep your eye on your email so you can sign up for a time that works best for you. We hope you have a great sophomore year, and reach out to us if you have any other questions or needs or concerns. Have a great day.